Hey, history buffs. Today we're diving into the origins of one of the most daring fighting forces of World War II, the British Commandos. It's June 4th, 1940. The British Army has just faced a crushing defeat in France and barely escaped from Dunkirk. The situation looks dire, but Winston Churchill wasn't one to back down easily. He had a bold vision, a new kind of warfare fought by a new kind of soldier. Churchill wanted men of the hunter class, trained in guerrilla tactics. These men would strike fear into the Germans and revive British morale. And thus the Commandos were born. Just a month after Dunkirk, Germany seized the Channel Islands. Churchill's response: launch a raid. But this raid was far from perfect. 100 volunteers, poorly trained, set out to confront a German garrison of 500. The Navy couldn't even navigate to the right island. When they finally landed, only 30 soldiers made it ashore, expecting fierce resistance. But guess what? The Germans were at the cinema. Talk about a twist. Unable to find their transport due to the rising tide, these first commandos had to swim back to their ships. Those who couldn't swim, well, they spent the next 4.5 years as POWs. What a chaotic start. When Churchill got wind of this fiasco, he was livid. No more silly fiascos like Guernsey, he commanded. Realizing that a nation needs clear objectives, he put out a call for 5,000 volunteers to be trained for hazardous missions. These men were a cross-section of British society, from blacksmiths to landed gentry, even some ex-convicts. They trained in Scotland, finding their own billets and living like civilians by night. Training was brutal. Speed marching, street fighting, and even handling lethal weapons like the commando knife. Kill or be killed was the mantra. They weren't just soldiers, they were specialists. The first real test came in March 1941 with a raid on the Lofoten Islands in Norway. It was a staged operation, but it hit the headlines and boosted morale. But the real challenge was yet to come. In December 1941, the Commandos targeted Vaagso, a heavily defended Norwegian town. The goal: disrupt German fish oil production. This was no media stunt, it was war. Despite fierce resistance, the Commandos managed to wreak havoc. The raid cost the British 18 men, but the Germans suffered over 120 casualties. It was a costly victory, but it sent a clear message. The Commandos were a force to be reckoned with. Their daring exploits thrilled the British public and infuriated Hitler. The Commandos had proven their worth, and their legend was born. So next time you hear about the Commandos, remember their chaotic beginnings and the incredible bravery that defined them. Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring history. Thanks for watching. Donate.